Well, the reality is, 1 in 4 women, 1 in 6 men are affected by sexual abuse. Safeline is a leading, specialised, independent, confidential charity that specialises in helping people who have been traumatised by sexual abuse.
I mean, we were told not to talk to strangers, but these people aren't strangers. They're my stepfather, my foster father, my foster mother. They were people what you trust.
Safeline saved my life in every sense, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my counsellor.
So survivors come to Safeline looking for help and support, irrespective of whether the abuse has been historic or it's current. One of the great things about Safeline is that we will support and give confidence back to people irrespective of age, of gender and of race. And we're one of the few charities that actually do that. Safeline prides itself in making itself accessible to as many people as it possibly can. And there's many routes in. People can walk in off the street, they can contact us via our helpline, they can be referred to by GPs, by schools, by local authorities. We work in partnership with a number of bodies, including Warwickshire County Council, local police forces, other charities who specialise in sexual abuse as well, because they need to spread knowledge and good practice, and referrals is really, really important to us. We offer a range of support services, including counselling, therapy through art and music, prevention in schools and education. And that's one of the things that, again, we pride ourselves here at Safeline, that it's not just tackling the causes of people who have been abused already, it's about trying to prevent it happening in the first place. Another thing we do is we support people who may want to take criminal action. We help them with the ISVA service, which is something that we, again, invest a lot of time and energy into to support people who have been affected by sexual abuse.
I was 4. Yeah, that was the age. I remember the room. I remember the curtains. I remember the bunk beds, because we used to have a room with bunk beds. I remember that. I remember him on top of me. I knew what he was doing, it was wrong, but I couldn't do anything to stop it. And I remember as well the pain of him hurting me. It wasn't only one who abused me. There were 5 different family members. All through the court case, they've been here for me. They have been advising me. Thanks to Safeline, we got a place to come. This is my safe haven, This is where I say everything I want to say, and I'm not going to be judged. So thank you. Thank you to Safeline.
It first started out when I was working with women who presented with mental health problems, and I found that the women had been sexually abused when I asked the right questions. Nobody had asked the right questions before that. And they wrote a lot of poetry, put that all together into a book which we got a grant for, and then they had a big launch, and it was from that Safeline began, really, because they got the money from selling the book, but then what do we do with the money? They wanted something that hadn't been there for them when they were in need of help, and so they decided on the helpline. And then it was, where do we put the helpline? So the helpline started off in my spare bedroom. It would be nice if we didn't have to have Safeline, because if people weren't being abused, we wouldn't need Safeline. But I think that we're still only just touching the tip of the iceberg, to be honest with you.
My mum and stepfather had a problem in the marriage, we went to foster parents, and they started sexually abusing us. Then I was about between 12 and 12 and a half. And then at 14, I had my foster father's baby. And that was in the early 60s. And you couldn't tell anybody, you were frightened to tell anybody. You felt that they wouldn't believe you. Who's going to believe me? And nobody was there to listen at all. When I first came to Safeline, and I was talking to people, they had lots of time, lots of patience, and they were trained to understand how I felt, and that's very important. And if you get too stressed out, you know, you can pick up that phone and say, I need to talk to you, I need you, I need you. And they say, okay, you're fine, you're going to be fine, everything's going to be fine. And it's like a safety net. That safety net is there just for you. It's, you know, it's yours. Sorry.
Our data shows that 75% of all the people we work with come forward as adults looking for support from sexual abuse when they were a child. And one of the things that we're really committed to here at Safeline is our prevention activities. Helping young people and making them aware of the vulnerabilities towards becoming victims or perpetrators themselves.
My experience with Safeline was absolutely amazing, as I got to meet some of the best people that you could ever meet in life. Safeline more than any other helped me build my self-esteem.
Safeline has helped me to realise that I don't have to put up with bullies, whether that is cyber, verbal or even physical, because they simply have no rights to do that to you. You have the right to feel safe.
It was a really beautiful experience, and I would certainly suggest others I know to take part.
One thing I like to remind myself of daily is that life is good, you just need to look at it in the right way. I would definitely recommend going to Safeline because it makes you feel accepted and you can express your emotions.
Safeline, the prevention programme that we've created, works with those children that have been identified as being more at risk. They're identified by their schools, and the schools are looking for signs of bullying or being bullied, signs of truancy, other behavioural changes. We use other things like art therapy or drama therapy or music therapy to help those adolescents and those young people and children explore their feelings and emotions in a more creative way and not just looking at their academic successes or failures. There are so many people out there who are dealing with the consequences of sexual abuse and violence on their own, and we want to get the message out there to these people that we're here to help and we're here to support them. I've experienced what so many other survivors have, and when I came to Safeline I still felt like a victim, and I no longer do, and that's why I'm so passionate about still being a part of Safeline's future. It's about raising awareness for people that there is hope, that they can reclaim themselves, the power that was taken from them. They can get that back and they can be the person that they always felt they were meant to be. So that's why I feel so passionately about Safeline and the work that we do here, and why I want us to be around for the next 20 years to help even more people become survivors.
Never give up. And if you're going through anything, come forward, speak to someone. and they'll help you, as they've helped me. And I don't know where I would have been without them.
So from the bottom of my heart, I will say thank you, because they just saved my life.
Safeline can't rewrite history, but what it can ensure is that history isn't repeated, and make sure and remind people that they do have a future.